Hi everyone. I'm coming in a little bit early, so I thought I had so much to talk about, and it's never enough time, those 10 minutes. So I will very soon put out a video to talk a bit more. So what I wanted to say to you, I wanted to talk about the 3 minutes and how it all began. I think all of you know. If you don't know, ask me. Make this a little bit higher. And so it was a conversation I was having with the people in the sky. And I was asking if consciousness, if you were going to reach a level of consciousness soon, a higher level of consciousness soon. And it was at the beginning of health event, health issue. And the answer was no, that consciousness wasn't going to change what. So I was so surprised that, we weren't going to reach a level of consciousness that we could, arrive at unity consciousness. And I asked the next question a few weeks later, and I asked, so what would it take? What would we have to do? What would have to happen for us to reach a level of higher consciousness that would then bring, that would turn the wheel that little bit further? And the answer was, when we as humans can be in one mind, in agreement, if we could agree for a fraction of a second, if all of us could agree, come into one mind, and if you couldn't agree, my best observation was, if we really couldn't agree, could we just have no thought? And that's when the 108 days came about. And so all of this to say that the field of consciousness is exactly that. It's a consciousness. It's multifold. We are a consciousness tuning into a consciousness that is within ourselves and outside ourselves, because the moment we are full, we want to express. It's just physics is what happens when you're full. You express out. It's a toroidal thing, it comes in, it goes out. It's a natural movement that we would want to express, the expression, the truth of the soul. What was I saying? There was a reason why I began saying this. So, okay, so the 3 minutes, I don't feel we need to be with no thought for 3 minutes. I don't believe that this is possible. I believe that always something wants to come in. It's like a vacuum space. The more you empty, the more full it becomes. So it's a bit like silence. The more we are in silence, the more we hear, right? So the same thing, the more we can quieten down the everyday mind chatter thoughts, then the more consciousness, the more intelligence can come in. And it doesn't need to be 3 minutes long, because it's quantum, you guys. So quantum information comes in. It's like a spark. So if you feel that you're getting too many thoughts, or you're struggling with your thoughts, you don't have to hold 3 minutes. 3 minutes is a quote. It's a possibility. Do half a minute, do 1 minute, do 2 minutes. Whatever you feel, wherever you are, when you feel that you received what you needed to receive, or you feel good, or whatever it is that you're doing in the 3 minutes with us, then you don't have to sit there for 3 long minutes, and looking at the clock. I usually stop by about 2 minutes. I feel like I have journeyed and voyaged and return with maybe a little bit more wisdom than when I left. So, okay, so I also want to talk about how does it feel for you? What it is that by now you sense you're receiving. Are you receiving more of yourself? Are you realizing that you are becoming this multi-sensory, expanded version of yourself? Have you felt that already? Because I think we are now 5 weeks in. How does it feel? Does it feel different? And does it feel you want to connect with the whole? Do you want to connect to every human that is arriving at your frequency? Remember, it's about your frequency. Know thyself, know your frequency, know the sacred geometry, sequence, mathematical equation of who you are. The more you know yourself, the more your toroidal field will show up and expand that you are. Are you feeling ready to tune in into the whole of your soul group, the ones that are very similar coding, encoding sequence, sacred geometry, star lineage as you? And have you done so? Because what I am seeing a lot of the time, and I mentioned this before about the Christmas tree lights, how in in the past, Christmas trees, when you pulled it out at Christmas, after being wrapped up, rolled up for a year, we had, turn it on, see if all the lights are working. And if one light wasn't working, it used to be that the whole circuitry would be not functioning. And so you had to find out which one was dead or broken and then replace it. Where now, the modern version of this, the circuitry is still running, but one is missing. So there is not quite a full connection. So whichever visual helps you, it doesn't matter. It's to say that it's time for us to come online. It's time for us to check out our own electric signature and really check all our little lights. Is there a gap? Is there a broken one? What is it? Is it trauma? Is it karmic agreements with the soul that needs to clear? Maybe karma doesn't exist for you anymore. That's wonderful. Is it, what is it that the circuitry is not coming alight? It's time for us to be fully alight in our own being. And I really feel, I don't have one of those things. I really feel that it's a bit like, when you travel and you have one of those gadgets that you can put wherever you are in the world, you can put the, I can show you this. You put the, the end. So for example, this is for Europe, but you have a different one for America and a different one for Japan. And so you have the gadget and you turn it, and it's an adapter, right? So an electrical adapter is a device that facilitates the movement of energy. And so I feel that this device is what we are creating. The field of consciousness that we are creating together in the 3 minutes or the 2 minutes, however how long. And it's not only this group, we're calling ourselves Voyage Through Consciousness, but I believe that there are many groups throughout the world calling it different things, doing it slightly different way, but the ethos, that the nucleus of it is consciousness, and it's together and it's synchronized, it's symmetric. There is a law in the universe, still holding this. There's a law in the universe that is symmetry. There's a law in the universe that is as above, so below. What's that called? Not reflection. But anyway, you get what I'm saying. So we are not the only ones doing this. It's in the field. There's more people doing this by different names. Maybe they're walking the lands, maybe they're singing, maybe they are, I don't know, breathing. Yeah. So are you ready? Have you checked all your little lights? Is there a light that still hasn't come on board? What is it that you need? What does your soul need? Can you ask for this information in the field? Can you go into the 3 minutes, checking the time, and ask for assistance for that one little light that somehow is difficult to make the whole circuitry alight? Let's do this. Let's be fully alight. We'll still have life experiences. It won't change the way it will change the way we experience life, but it won't change the fact that we're having a human experience. Okay, so I'm not saying that the moment we all come alight and we all get our devices through this adapter, that we will have no trouble in the world. It's a process, and it begins with us, and this is why we're here. So I just wanted to say that. I hope it doesn't sound confusing or too much for you. It's really about arriving at a threshold of unity consciousness with the self. So uniting all aspects of the self, and then unity consciousness in the field of consciousness. Can I unite all that I am to all the sentient fields? Unity consciousness with the fields of sentient beings. So this is animals and all sentient life. And then next, can I now be at one with the one mind, with the higher intelligence that is humanity, beyond what we think we know, beyond what we may experience ourselves as absolute, absolute white, absolute black, absolute, I don't know, wherever the labels are. Oh, thank you, Ella. Thank you. Yeah. It's a wonderful journey, guys. I don't know how your life is playing out. I can tell you my end is being quite choppy, as the British would say. The English channel is choppy. That means it's the waters are fast moving. And if you were on a boat, you're gonna bump, bump, bump. So I hope that your experience in the world is gentle and kind, and that you're remembering to do what you need, to rest when you need to drink water. Our synapses in the brain, our central nervous system needs water. It's electric and it needs water to function. So make sure that you are drinking the best water you can get hold of. If you have a well or an artesian spring, then that's the best. And yes, take care of yourself. Do what you need for yourself. It is about you first and foremost, because you are the receiver and the transmitter of this new information coming in. So thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your commitment to yourself, to each other, and to the whole. Thank you, dear ones. Thank you all so much. Thank you for being here. Sending you so much love from Egypt. See you all tomorrow.